500 in Ocala, east of I-75. Then look for the giant frozen custard cone on the wall.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Beautiful Tuesday, a nice day to go out and maybe do something in the garden. If you got a question about something you're seeing out there, you might want to pick up the phone and take a break from your gardening and call Carol Ann. She'll help you out with it. If you need to show Carol Ann what you've got going on there, Carol Ann has a Facebook page, so that makes it real easy. So even though it's a radio show, you can still show Carol Ann. Just go to Facebook and look up In the Garden, and there she is. Just do the one that's not on Sanibel Island.
Right.
But right now, right here, Carol Ann is here to take your call, 622-9622. She is flanked today by a paper turkey and a carpet.
Yes.
A paper turkey there and a carpet there.
Yeah, there's the turkey. Oh, yes, I see it. Yep, I see
you're
it.
lined up there. You got a turkey and a carpet.
And it's funny because that turkey in the screen looks really big, but he's actually little.
Right. Is that funny?
Just the placement of him. He looks huge. But
So
he's
how are you?
I'm good. It's a little chilly out there. Not bad though.
Is it really?
It's. I mean, it's. You know, I had
50 or something?
I had a sweatshirt on, but when I got out of the car, I said, okay, I'll take off the sweatshirt because I'm going into the building. But I still got sweatpants on until I get to work.
Oh, you have to work today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm just glad the sun came out and it has warmed up a little bit again, much more seasonal in our temperature that, those low 50s and stuff for a high was not normal for November. We all know that. It's not nice. I mean, usually we get that first cold spell. It doesn't last as long as it did.
It did last a while, yeah.
It lasted a little while, and it was
Felt like
so
the whole
dark.
weekend was,
it was dark and drizzly, and they promised us nice weather over the weekend, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Did I promise you though? Did I?
No.
Did I do that?
No, you didn't.
Because I just copycat what they tell me.
Yeah,
I don't.
another weather guy did.
I don't actually make the news.
No.
The weather.
No.
Either.
Either of them, yeah. You only make the news if you do something bad. That should have.
Ooh, no, not always. Not always.
Sometimes good stuff.
Robin laughed.
News, yeah.
Robin laughed today during that.
Yeah.
That story about the people throwing guinea pigs at each other.
No, I missed it.
I feel sorry for the little animals.
Yeah.
But she was chuckling.
Had a chuckle because it was a little. I mean, it's not because of them throwing the animals. I know why she would chuckle.
So do you have any
amusing
decorations up yet?
No, not yet.
No.
No.
What's the store? What's Lowe's?
Oh, of course they've all got
got
all the
everything,
holiday
right?
stuff out. Yeah, and the trees are showing up, the live ones. So not ready for retail, but they will be soon. And
all right, you ready to jump into this?
Sure.
You got somebody on the phone. Good morning.
Hey.
You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
See, I see your poinsettias are in the store already.
Yep.
If one was to purchase one now, with Christmas being like 6 weeks away yet, what can you do to make sure that by Christmas time it's looking pretty good?
Okay. All you got to do is keep it alive and healthy. Water. Water it, but not so much. They all come in the little foil paper. And if you're going to leave it in that, just when you're watering, make sure it doesn't sit in any. So when that water, drains through there, that you take a moment and dump that water out. You don't want it to sit in there. They don't have to be watered all the time. Probably here the next, looks like at least over the next 10 days, we should have pretty nice weather that really we're not running the heat quite so much, so it's not drying the air out too bad in the house. So, just watch on the water. Don't put it in that full sun window. Put it somewhere where it's nice and bright, maybe some morning sun coming through there a little bit. But just, I'll say take care of it gently. Water and a nice bright area.
Would it be good to keep it in an enclosed, cool porch?
Watch that it doesn't get too cold out there, but cool is okay. Yeah, cool is just fine. Yeah, you don't need it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be kept hot. It's not a hot house plant. It's not, they just don't like temperatures below freezing. So we haven't had any of those yet. Hopefully we won't get any here right before Christmas or anything. And on a porch, generally, that's going to stay a little bit warmer anyway. So, that'll be fine.
Okay, another thing real quick. I was doing a little yard work this last weekend, raking and cleaning up. I've got I don't know if it's a tree or a bush, but it's lost its leaves, and I was cleaning up behind it, and I looked into the tree, or this bush, and there's a beautiful bird's nest in there. My question is, do birds reuse their nests, or is it just a one-time thing?
Best of my knowledge, most of your songbirds and just regular visitor birds build new nests every season. It's only like your eagles and your owls and things like that who use, your very large birds of prey who use the same nests all the time.
So I should leave it alone, in other words, because they'll come back, right?
No, as far as I know, they're going to build a different nest.
Oh, okay.
It's not, you don't have a hawk's nest in your shrubs.
No. This is for
Yeah.
maybe like maybe a blue jays or something like that.
Or a cardinal, right? Cardinals, blue jays, something like that. Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't think I would feel bad if I took it out of there. I mean, maybe we've got some bird people who would let us know, but as far as I know, it doesn't. That you always see them making new nests. They, migratory birds especially that that are gonna take that maybe aren't even here at this time of year. That have gone further south. That they're not expecting to find that nest again.
Yeah, I hate to, it's a work of art. I hate to ruin it, because there's a lot of bird labor involved in it. But
Sure.
I'll just leave it there and see what happens. But
Sure.
it's such a beautiful thing, though. You see a nest like that. That thing is made to last a hurricane,
Oh yeah. Oh, and they are. They're so intricate. On the weaving and things like that, and sometimes if you get looking at them, because sometimes a bird nest will blow out of a tree or a limb breaks and one comes down, and you pick it up and you look at it. Some of them are kind of flimsy, but others you can see where they picked up the piece of a cellophane from a wrapper from somewhere, or some threads that were out on the grass, and there's pine needles woven in, and there's the different sticks in the long grasses or ornamental grasses and things like that are just, it's kind of amazing, how some of those are just woven and very, very intricate.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful thing in nature, and I always enjoy it. Sounds kind of goofy looking at nests like that, because I just can't get over how they're so constructed. And they're so, they're so delicate but yet strong,
Oh, sure. And I mean, some of them, if you ever see, and you usually find them, you can Google it on your computers, like the little hummingbird nests. How tiny those are. And then some of the other, and I'm not a real bird person, but there's the other ones that look like little baskets that are hanging off of tree branches, and they're gorgeous. They're, works of art.
Right. Well, it's a beautiful day to get out there and do some a little bit of yard work that needs to be done. We had kind of a gruesome weekend, but it's turning around, and now we got our wonderful Florida weather. So I'm looking forward to going out and doing a little bit of cleaning here and there and whatnot. So have a good day, and thank you.
You too. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Hugh.
Yeah, and it is a gorgeous day. Get out there if you've needed to. It's just nasty weather. You got some leaves dropping. Get out there, rake the yard real good. Remember, it is November, and actually, we're 2/3 of the way, or three-quarters of the way through the month of November. We got 10 days left. That's it. And
That's
November
amazing,
is
isn't it?
over.
Yeah.
Now, a week from Thursday is Thanksgiving and the end of the month. Thanksgiving's as late as it can be this year.
Yeah.
So, we're not fertilizing. We're not really doing pruning. We had cold weather, but not enough to put things into a true dormancy. Wait on any heavy pruning. Obviously, if something's got a branch that's hanging out somewhere, you can trim some of that off. But because if you do any real heavy pruning, but the way our weather fluctuates, that we'll be cold, and then I actually thought I saw where they were saying up near 80 in a few days. That might be Orlando, so it might be a little further south for us, but it can trigger new growth on plants. And once that trigger happens, it's 6 weeks, and you've got new growth starting, and then we get into our colder season. If you think about now, 6 weeks from now is the first week of January.
Wow.
And that's our coldest.
Weird.
That's our coldest time of year. It's January and February. And so think of it that way. But raking out, cleaning up the leaves, taking out dead limbs and things like that, that way you can start to see and clean that kind of thing up. That's not going to hurt anything. Your ornamental grasses are still blooming. You usually wait until, say, February, mid-February. You can usually cut things back. And if you think about it, from mid-February to the end of March is what? 6 weeks. So we, don't have to be, it's not that hard to think about it. And if we're the end of November, you got December, January, and you're into February. So you're 8-10 weeks out. Take your time. If I say 2.5 months, it sounds like a long time. 10 weeks sounds a lot shorter. So think of it that way. If you have a tendency to want to go further on it. Good time of year to go through and check your mower. You may still be mowing a little bit just to kind of clean up the yard, keep those winter weeds and even some of the hangers on of some of those warm season weeds cut off so they're not spreading weed seed around, keeps them from reproducing themselves with no fertilization at this time, but go through. It's a good time of year. You're not going to sweat so bad, and the hard work will feel good because it's cooler out.
Right,
but you can actually get out there and rake the yard real well. What do they call it? Aeration, I guess, doesn't really cost you that much. But if you were to try to dethatch your lawn, that can be an expensive proposition and a lot of work. But if you get out there and just with a good rake, take your time, rake things real good. After something like that, if you felt like you needed to put something down on the lawn, because maybe the lawn struggled last year, would be something more like the natural fertilizers, the Milorganite, the Florida Natural, Black Cow, Black Velvet, those compost, those kind of things. Nothing that actually has an added nitrogen source, because you don't want to force that to grow. You're just looking to nourish the soil, which nourishes the roots, which makes a better, over the period of next spring, make it come out of the winter a little easier.
Phone lines are open. If you want to call Carol Ann, the number is 622-9622. Carol Ann's Facebook page for this show is called In the Garden. So look it up if you want to post a picture. Right now, I see nobody's put anything new lately other than you.
No, I don't think there has been. No.
So I need to take a road trip, and I like to do that when I am away and I'm looking at a plant. I always think of you.
Right.
And then I take a picture and load it to your page.
Send it in, and
especially when I went to the desert, because then all of a sudden, it was like I was on another planet.
Oh, most definitely, definitely, and you have the and even road trip right here in Central Florida.
Oh yeah, just
you
a
get
short
all kinds
drive.
of you can go to either coast, and you've got a little bit different plants, maybe only for the sake of what the city is near. What you might be seeing, if it's more old or a little more open, little more rustic in some of those areas where you don't see as much development and things like that, depending on where you're going.
I have a question for you that's sort of kind of on the simple side, considering what you do.
Okay.
We had a story this morning about a lady who was taking her pregnancy test, and at the same time there was a stork outside.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah.
The stork's name was Daisy. And so the side conversation was, are there any flowers that are actually boys' names. We couldn't think of any. So do you know?
Not that I know of. Nothing that would. Yeah, I mean, mostly because
girls are named after
flowers
flowers.
are considered. Yeah, are pretty.
How about trees?
And
Like
even trees are many times. You know, the laurel is.
Laurel.
Laurel is.
That's a boy's name, isn't it? That's a girl's name.
No, it's a girl's name.
Oh, is it? Well,
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy.
Then
that
he
was
got
his last
Marion
name.
too.
Oh, that was his last name.
Yeah, it was. And if you think, because the laurel was out of Greek mythology, I believe.
Oh, wow, really?
Is how that? Yeah, she got turned into a tree.
Ah, okay.
So that
okay.
so that she couldn't marry somebody.
Dagwood almost sounds like dogwood.
Dogwood, yeah. But,
I don't know if it's this. It is not.
poplar, oak, elm, maple.
Oak. Imagine naming your boy Oak.
Oak, the mighty oak. Maybe,
But flowers, yeah, I think.
Flowers, you've got your, your
Daisy, Rose,
Petunia. Oh, wait a minute, no, that's a nickname.
Yeah, you wouldn't name your daughter Petunia.
Violet.
Yeah.
Veronica is a plant. So there's a lot of plants, and those names all also have further meanings. So that's I think we've gone through some of those.
So what direction does it go? Does it go the flower becomes the girl's name, or the girl's name became the flower?
Probably the girl's name became the flower. With some of them, at least with like common names.
Is there a Carol? Is there a Carol? Is there a Carol Ann?
Not as far as I know.
What would the flower look like if there was a Larry? What would it look like?
It would probably be a very big plant. Big, tall plant. Bright and cheerful, though.
It would smell funny, too.
It might smell funny, yeah.
We talk a little too much.
It just had...
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Carol Ann is here to answer your questions. If you have one or two or three, the number is 622-9622. And the one thing I noticed the other day, I was in Lowe's, as a matter of fact, and they had some poinsettias with sparkle on them. I'm assuming that's fake.
The glitter. Yeah, the glitter's
Glitter,
fake.
okay.
Yeah, and it's a plant safe kind of glitter. So I think it's like a small amount. I think they spray it. Yeah, I think they have like an aerosolizer or something like that. And those kind of, and it sticks. So it doesn't fall. I mean, it'll stick to you too, just like other glitter. But usually there's not a whole lot of it on them. You'll get them it's on the Norfolk Island pines too, usually. Ours didn't have much on them this year, and I'm kind of glad because I usually end up wearing it. Okay, we got a caller?
You got a call, and I just got a text that you have photos to look at. So I'll bring them up, and you take the phone call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, I was thinking about boys' names, and I was thinking of things like Drake Elm, or I understand this plant named Anthony.
Really?
Isn't even the state of Florida named after, it's a guy's name, Florentino, and that's supposed to be flower.
Yeah, I don't know if Florida was named after Florentino, but it was named after flora, flowers. The state of flowers, so I'm not sure which happened on that.
I think the derivative of that comes from
and Kathy said Sweet William. That's another. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so there are some out there.
I guess there are a few.
I don't know. Pansy, is that a guy's name?
I don't know. I think that's just a mental state.
That's what you call him.
That's a mental state.
When you don't like him.
And I mean, a lot of the last names, actually, they can be, Poinsett, that poinsettia, if I'm not mistaken, was actually part of that name is the last name of who discovered it.
Oh, really?
Or who brought it into popularity, I believe. So that was, and some of those, and that's how some of them. So yes, they may not be a male first name, but they may be a male someone's last name.
Yeah. Then there's things like Alder. Isn't that a guy's name?
Oliver, yeah.
No, Alder.
Oh, Alder.
Well, no, Alder.
Yeah, Oh, Alder. Possibly.
They're out there.
Yeah, there's different, and it depending. Yeah, you have to go through and think about it a little bit. Yeah, and look them up. But that is kind of interesting.
Rest of the week.
You too. You too. Enjoy this weather. Yep. All righty.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right, so Kathy?
Kathy posted some photos.
That's
bee
a cool one.
pollinating her. Yeah,
Isn't that
is
bee
a Seminole squash.
That looks
yeah.
like me, like at 2 in the morning when I need to use the bathroom. I'm just crawling out and finding my way.
And her blue ginger. See, now mine's. No, my blue salvia is not blooming. Or blue sage. And zinnia.
What?
Mexican sunflower. She's
lost.
got her blue ginger and a
Oh, let me
Mexican
scroll through them.
sunflower.
So if you want to see what we're looking at, go to the
In the Garden page.
Facebook page for In the Garden, yes.
Yep.
What is this purple one?
That's the blue ginger. It's not a true ginger.
That's
but
blue?
It's purple. It's blue. There are very few blue flowers in nature. Truly blue flowers.
What if the wind blows them?
They're blown. They're not blue.
They're not blue? Nobody blue?
They blew them away.
Like the dandelion?
Well, they were blown away. Replanted.
You know what I never understood? The dandelion with the yellow flower.
Yes.
Is that the same dandelion as the one with all the little seeds that you can
Yes.
blow off?
Yes.
What happened? It just
The
goes.
flower, that went to seed. But it's not usually, most of the dandelions down here aren't the really good ones that make the big.
When you can make a wish and
when
see if you have a girlfriend or whatever
right,
it is?
whatever it is.
Well,
yeah.
how did that go? If you blow it and
If you can blow off all of the seeds
Right.
in one
Right.
with one big
Right.
blow, you would get your wish.
Oh, a wish.
Your wish.
It has
You
nothing to do
made
with a
your
girlfriend?
wish. Right. You made your wish, and it might be you wish that somebody would like you, or you might wish that whatever.
Did you ever wish that somebody would like you? Did you ever have that wish?
Well, that's that whole crush
Wish
thing.
somebody
I
would
think.
like me.
No, I never had that problem.
That would be a
I was
sad
never-
person,
that
right?
would be a sad person.
I wish somebody would like me. That's
Well,
not,
it's a certain person,
that sounds like
not just that
Oh,
somebody.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I thought you meant like the kid sitting on the curb. Just
No, I hope
Gosh,
not.
I wish somebody would like me.
That would be sad.
That would be sad.
Yes, it would. But
Everybody loves somebody sometimes.
that's it.
Oh,
At least that's how the song goes.
do we have stuff to give away? Not
We
today.
got Bob Wine's gift certificates today.
Okay.
So, which make great gifts.
They are really great.
They're really great gifts. They are for $20 worth of Bob Wine's plants. Not holiday stuff, not hardline stuff, but plant material.
Do you know
which-
Mr. George? Do you know Mr. George over at Bob Wine's?
I don't think so.
He's the guy with the ministry. He works over there.
okay.
And he brings clothing and food to homeless people.
okay.
I know, it's an
Yeah,
amazing
that's
thing.
great. Yeah.
So just if I could pitch for him for a
Right,
second,
sure.
because Caroline just mentioned how cold it's going to get soon.
Yeah, I mean it's wintertime, so if you've got stuff that no longer fits but still good quality, be willing to share it. Somebody else can use it.
But we've had Mr. George in the studio. He's an amazing man who had his own share of hard times. He himself was homeless for a while. Mm-hmm. I know, and it's crazy. In fact, I don't mean to bring anybody down, but he tried to commit suicide.
Oh wow!
I know. Talk about somebody wishing somebody liked him.
Yeah, somebody had a friend. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But now
he found a friend.
he found a friend named Jesus.
Yep, that's it.
No, so that's what he does. He helps people
That's
who
it.
are where he used to be.
Right.
To try to get
To
out
try
of
to
that
get
mess.
to give them a hand up.
So we can help him.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
And also, if I could just throw this in there, if you want to win the carpet, Joe's here now. He'll probably answer the phone, or Robin will. 732-8000. Tell them you want to win the carpet. They'll put your name in the box. And December
go.
20th is when we pick a winner.
Giving away.
Okay.
Oh,
We got time. Sorry.
good time. Oh, that's all right. But we do have the Bob Wine's gift certificates. Like I said, they make great gifts, but they can also be to make a gift to yourself. But remember, they're not towards holiday plants. Best of my knowledge, they've always just kept it to your regular perennials and shrubs and things like that. But they've got great camellias over there, which are great winter bloomers.
That's what they're famous for.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe he
They-
has one named after himself.
Senior.
Okay, well
Bob
that
Wine
would
Senior.
so that would be the Bob.
There you go. That's it.
There's actually
I don't
a
know.
flower
There's
called a Bob.
Yeah. Well, it's probably got a little more name to it, but a little more name.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA. More on the other half with Carol Ann. If you want to call in, 622-9622. If you want to get your name in the box to win the carpet/rug that is hanging behind Carol Ann right now. It's a beautiful thing, by the way. It's $1,500 if you were to go buy it. We're picking a winner on December 20th. December 20th. I don't think it's tomorrow. A month from tomorrow. Get your name in the box. Somebody's going to be lucky. We'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. The open impeachment hearings start up again this morning with 2 witnesses taking questions from the House Intelligence Committee and then 2 more this afternoon. Fox's Griff Jenkins at the Capitol.
First, Lieutenant Colonel Alex Vindman, who was the Ukraine expert detailed to the NSC, and then Jennifer Williams, an aide to Vice President Pence from the State Department. Both were on that July 25th phone call at the center of this entire impeachment process. Both have indicated that they were concerned. Then at 3 p.m. this afternoon, the next 2 witnesses, Special Envoy Kurt Volker, along with NSC aide Tim Morrison.
We'll hear from 3 more witnesses tomorrow, then 2 on Thursday, including one just added, who says he overheard a phone call when President Trump asked about the status of investigations in Ukraine. All these witnesses have already testified privately. President Trump on Twitter writes about all this, the do-nothing Democrats have disgraced our great country. He has a cabinet meeting scheduled later this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
Pros, shop Lowe's Black Friday deals to save your business money. Deals like $200 off a DeWalt 12-inch 15-amp dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw, now just $349. If you're managing properties and need to update appliances, get up to 40% off select appliance special values, including kitchen suites as low as $1169 when you order large volume purchases through our quote support program. For these Black Friday deals and more, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Appliance offer valid through 12/5. DeWalt offer valid through 11/27. Volume discount terms and conditions apply. U.S. only.
There's an app to save on flights, an app to rent a bike, and an app to help you save for driving safely. The Allstate app gives you real-time driving feedback with DriveWise, giving you the power to lower your insurance cost. In fact, safe drivers can save 40% or more. Connect and save with DriveWise. You're in good hands.
Download the Allstate app today. Savings may vary by state and driving behaviors. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Use of Allstate Mobile with activation of DriveWise required. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's your 1-minute news brief. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis proposed a $91.4 billion state budget for the fiscal year that begins in July. The proposal includes a plan to raise the minimum salary for public school teachers to $47,500. It also includes a $1 million boost to hunt pythons from the Everglades. A 35-year-old Pensacola woman has been sentenced to 15 days in federal custody for throwing a sports drink at U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz in August. Authorities in Florida's Tampa Bay area say they have arrested 104 people in connection with human trafficking charges. 76 were men arrested for trying to buy sex, and 28 were women who were selling it. A dozen municipal utilities in Florida are breaking ground on one of the largest municipal solar projects in the nation. Ocala is one of those municipalities. 1.75 million travelers are expected to pass through Orlando International Airport this Thanksgiving, and Legoland has opened the Florida Prepaid Schoolhouse to let children explore future careers. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Tuesday will be a nice day. In fact, we'll follow it up with a couple more Wednesday and Thursday. Pleasant today with sunshine and a high between 67 in the north to 74 in the south. Then clear and quite cool Tuesday night with lows ranging from the mid-40s in the interior to the low 50s along the coast. Beautiful day tomorrow on Wednesday with sunshine, a high 70 to 74. And Thursday, sunshine mixing with clouds, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Folks, take it from me, now's the best time to be thinking of living plants and gifting and decorating for the holiday. And the place to do just that is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob is ready with pre-holiday deals all over this 5-acre holiday wonderland. Examples? Poinsettias. You can get 3 foil-wrapped florist quality poinsettias for the super low price of $12. Then there's a Bob Wine's famous Christmas cactus. The 4.5-inch size is just $4.99. And of course, those gorgeous living potted Christmas trees, 4 to 5 footers, are priced at just $49.99. Or you can spend up to $99 for living trees up to 7 feet tall. Lots of other things too. You should check the ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net or check the paper for the big colorful ad. Bob Wines on 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same holiday blooming spot since 1952.
Health Alert Ocala residents, how would you like to feel better and become a healthier person just by going to sleep at night? This is all made possible and affordable with the Black Friday sale at Mosley Mattress, located on Highway 200 across the street from Hobby Lobby in Ocala. Mosley Mattress beats all competitor prices and offers free delivery of your new sleep solution. All the brand names, and it's an adjustable bed heaven. Mosley Mattress, located on Highway 200 across the street from Hobby Lobby. Mosley Mattress is in Ocala, folks. Mosley Mattress is where your feel better begins.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Nice looking Tuesday. Carol Ann is here. Carol Ann Baldwin. The show is called In the Garden with Carol Ann. If you want to know how you can make your garden a little bit prettier or just want to talk to Carol Ann, the number is 622-9622. If you want to talk to Joe, he's here too.
Yeah.
So,
and Joe brought up
Just for a moment.
Just asked about you see it a lot on Facebook. I mean, well, I do because I go on gardening pages, but the hydroponic, where you can either purchase systems that are set up, build your own, whatever, but with like PVC pipe.
Right.
And you're saying, like a length, say 3 feet with a hole that's like 6-inch pipe, with a hole drilled only in the one side, one end of it, so that you can fit small planters in there that will hold the root. Yeah, hold them in there, and then you have water in those, or in your nutrient system, whether or not it's something similar to a Miracle Grow. Lettuce does real well with just a simple, basic Miracle Grow. But you're wondering, how do you circulate that, or?
Well, my question was, okay, you've got your PVC pipe.
And it's got a cap on each end.
And it's got a cap on each end. And you just water them like you would water a flower. You would water it once a day, or what?
No, you would put water in on something basic, like, say, herbs, or something that harvests quickly, which lettuce would harvest real quickly.
What do you call quickly?
45 days.
Okay, a little over a month and a half.
A little over a month and a half. You're just going to use...
What do you
lettuce,
call quickly?
Lettuce...
Let us continue.
Let us continue here. Lettuce is an easy crop, and that it doesn't need a whole lot. So if you have a liquid type fertilizer, something similar to a Miracle Grow, an organic version, say a fish emulsion, things like that, you can mix that up, mix up your jug of that, and you put that in there.
Into
the vessel, into the PVC pipe.
That's what I was wondering. Where?
And then you would just top up as time went. As they use that water of evaporation.
This tube has the liquid in the bottom of it,
right?
And
then
the
your
root system
just goes down and goes in there. Yep.
So they're in pots.
They're in pots,
and then the bottom of the pot's got a bunch of holes in the big holes.
Holes in it. Yeah.
Big holes.
Yeah.
Just enough so the soil doesn't fall.
Right.
But
and
the roots
actually, you're not even using much soil. You can use perlite. You can use perlite. It looks like the styrofoam stuff.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, it's not styrofoam, but it's you can buy it by the bag. It's perlite.
And that's all it is these white little balls.
Yeah.
And you put the seedling in the white little balls
in there, and just let it do its thing.
All right, now. You're putting that in there, and you put the Miracle whatever.
The liquid water,
Well, the liquid water's doing nothing until it gets down to it.
Deep enough. You can get it deep enough.
So in other words, you put it down, and the water would be up almost to the top of the hole.
Maybe not quite to the top, but
almost.
a good ways up. But the plant's going to use it, and evaporation occurs.
So you fill that once, and then
just top it up with plain water. After that, if it's something like lettuce.
So you would have to put like another sight hole so you can look down and see how the water.
Yeah, just lift up the little plant a little bit.
Oh, because you can't
just
disturb
take the water.
Okay.
You can mess with them. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was wondering. If you lift it up.
No, it just goes. Whoops! It got cold. Hey, the air's cold. Put me back.
You have talking plants.
That's like a cartoon.
I've heard of snapdragons, but talking plants.
Talking plants. There you go.
Only Carol Ann, right?
And you can do these if you wanted to, and if you built like a staircase kind of thing where it would face the sun nice. Yeah. You could use say a small fountain pump.
Yeah.
And actually be able to recirculate your water to where it would go up and then come back.
Well, that's costing electricity and all that. Yeah.
Costs you a little more, but to do something like lettuce or some simple herbs and things, they sell a lot of little kits. I mean, some of them are way too expensive.
I've seen the ones that run with water and it turns or something.
Yeah.
And
there's one that actually does. You get a little. What do you get? The voucher to get your beta fish, but it's a fish tank with the plant stuff on top.
Really?
But it's that's way too expensive. Get you an aquarium and do the same thing and float it. Just to build it yourself.
So lettuce in 45 days.
Yeah, lettuce takes about 45 days.
And as long as your son.
The mayonnaise goes bad quicker than that.
Say what?
Only if
the mayonnaise goes bad quicker than
that for your lettuce. Your mayonnaise, your sandwich, yeah.
Oh, that's where that was coming from. I got it, Larry. Yeah. It was funny.
But it's kind of fun, kind of easy.
The bologna goes bad quicker than that. Is that better?
Well, the bologna goes around here a lot, though. So
A bunch of bologna.
We got a lot going on here, so it just keeps coming on and on and on. Okay, so that's it. So you make a little wooden stand, put it on there.
Yeah. And you can even, if you had a window area, you could probably
That's what I
put
was
a couple
thinking.
little chain, and you could even hang that if you wanted.
Oh, yeah,
you could
sure.
do it. Yeah, you could. Yeah,
wouldn't
you
it
could
just
make a
flip over
chain.
with the thing, with the stand? It would just.
Yeah, it would
Do you
just
know,
sit right there. Yeah, you just cut like a little staircase or a little plant stand and just set it there. You can even do them. I've done them
I like
in
the PVC
totes.
thing. Totes.
Like a tote box, and the styrofoam insulation board. And
Really?
you cut holes in the styrofoam insulation board and drop your pots down in there. That's for like bigger plants usually, or you can do kiddie pools.
Watermelon. Ooh.
Do a watermelon. Watermelon.
Do you know what? I have a question.
That's a thought.
Did you see the frame that Joe built to hang the carpet? Once we give the carpet away,
Okay.
do you think we could grow grapes on there?
Not in this studio, we're not.
Why not?
Not in the house.
We grew an apple tree in here.
You did, yeah.
Oh, mine's getting another branch. I keep forgetting to
Is
take
that
a
right?
picture.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, so now it's called a bank.
yeah, it's got
Right.
2 branches.
It's got 2 branches.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if the dog rips it out, I got a bank manager. Yeah, the branch manager.
Too hard, yeah, branch manager. Too hard.
That's the one. Whatever.
That was that. You stretched for that one there.
Stretched.
Yeah,
I did. That hurt.
That's all right.
That
hurt.
I pulled something.
Well, that'd be interesting. About a 4-foot piece of pipe. Something to do.
Be kind of fun. But of course, right now, unless you order online, you can't find seed anywhere. Because corporately, they don't pay attention that Florida grows year-round, and I'm sure other,
So what happens to the seed?
It comes
in
back
November,
in
December, January, February. They just put in storage?
Nope, it goes away.
What about the southern
What do you mean
hemisphere?
when it goes away?
It gets,
Could you order it from Brazil?
you can order it online.
Because the southern hemisphere, they're in spring, right?
Yeah, but you can order seed online. It's just in big box stores because of lack of space, and that seed is only. If you ever read a seed package, it's stamped with a date. And usually when seed will come, an expiration date, that unless it is sent back and retested for germination rates, they're really just thrown away.
So if you grab that seed that's expired, let's say, and you put it in your...
It'll still grow, but they can't guarantee it. Because
so that's why at the end of the thing, they're super cheap. There you go.
Well, actually, no, because the stores don't own them. The seed company does,
Why
so
does the
they're
seed
generally
company
destroyed. They're usually just destroyed.
Me, I would half price.
Yeah, but we
quarter
can't,
of the price. Here you go. No guaranteed.
The store still has to pay their full price for it to that supplier.
Well, that would change the rules, so I get at least some of my money back at least.
Yeah. No, but they don't.
But
They
to
only
destroy
pay.
it, yeah.
They only pay for what is sold at full price. That's
So
that's
I would only pay what got sold at quarter price.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way I look at things, why throw away?
Oh, I know.
Give to these people that are hungry that can grow.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
In 45 days, you can have lettuce, you know?
Well, isn't that the argument with the genetically, whatever, with that Monsanto, the
Right,
seed
the
that they
seed,
sell to farmers in the poor countries?
Well, but
What's wrong
no
with it?
farmer, because any hybrids don't come true to seed either. So genetically modified or hybrid, you're not saving your seed. And there's very few farms that actually, I think, do. Maybe the home truck farm does. But even then, if they're using hybrids or not, there was always the thing, that they got to buy seed over and over and over again. Well, they always did. And usually,
But they're poor. They used to, didn't they used to be able to make seed from their own plants?
So long as they grew non-hybrid plants. Yeah, if they grew heirlooms.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you're going. Bye, Joe.
No, but that was an issue.
Yeah, it was, and I'm not sure exactly how all that worked, because if you were growing for. Say a manufacturer, you're going to grow what they tell you to. If you're growing for someone, you're growing what they tell you to.
Yeah.
So they're the ones supplying. Usually, they're telling you,
So
I want this.
Why would there be an article?
Unfortunately, because it's the thing of, the poor farmer in this part of the world can't save his seed and replant. He's got to go through the expense again of buying the seed. But normally, if you're a small farmer wherever, you're buying your seed however you want to. And if you're buying, most seed is not genetically modified. It's going to be on the what do they call it? Commodity crops. Your rice, not rice, corn, soybean, I guess potatoes are more now, might be sugar beets. I'm not sure if sugar beets don't grow everywhere, I don't think. Here we can grow beets, but most of the time people grow them for the greens because our winters can be iffy. On getting good beets, but I know there are people who grow them just without a problem. They've learned the trick. But there's the quantity to go and say that when you see all these it says non-genetically, or what do they call it, non-GMO certified, non-GMO project, and I read the list of ingredients and I'm going, well, of course it is, because not one of the items in this ingredient list is a genetically modified item in anywhere. You won't buy it like that. But for us, the homeowner who goes to Walmart or Seminole Feed or whomever to buy our seed or buy it online, you're not going to buy genetically modified seed. It's not cost effective for the manufacturers to sell it to the homeowner and to the small farmer.
You know more about this than me, but I just wanted to read. This was an article last month, October, okay? It said, let's see, control over seed is the first link to the food. Wait, that's the wrong sentence. Where is it? Through patents on seed, Monsanto has become the life lord of our planet, collecting rent for life's renewal from farmers, the original breeders. Patents on seed are illegitimate because putting a toxic gene into a plant cell is not creating or inventing a plant. And they go on to say, that's why you shouldn't call it a patent.
Right.
If you didn't
but when they say a toxic gene,
but the idea was, according to the article, without reading the whole thing,
that they were holding the farmer hostage. But I mean, that's not mom and pop.
Okay, but my question is really, I don't want to get, there's a political side to that, but I didn't want to go there. I just wanted to go to, okay, let's say I flew over to India and I met this farmer and he said, I'm so tired of this, I always have to buy seed, I don't have enough money. What would be my answer to him? Couldn't you get such and such? Isn't there a seed somewhere that would reproduce seed?
Yeah.
A seed?
Yeah, but it depends on what he's growing. It depends on what he wants to grow.
But where would he get the seed from that he...
There's all kinds of sources for seed. I mean, it just depends on what your crop is.
Just go to somebody other than Monsanto.
Monsanto's a chemical company. Go to Burpee. I don't know, maybe Burpee or Monsanto,
Burpee.
There's all kinds of other seed. There's seeds of change. There's seeds, there's a lot of organic.
But if the answer is that simple, how come we don't just tell them that? Why don't we just...
because I think there's a lot of emotion in the whole program. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of politics in that, but it's... I mean, I don't know. I have not read that article. I'm not full informed, to be, totally honest. I'm not fully informed on what those farmers can and cannot buy. But like I said, if you are growing a crop for you're gonna grow soybean for a company who's gonna turn that into soybean oil, a soy lecithin, this and that. You're growing for them. You're gonna buy what's gonna make it as cost efficient, or you're being told what to buy. But that's not being told by Monsanto. That's told by who you're buying, who you are growing for, and it's a lot of times it is small or 20 acre, 48, 100 acre. I don't know how big their farms, say in India, of what they're growing.
Is it possible, Caroline? Is it possible that the seed that Monsanto has genetically modified produces more or tastier tomatoes or something?
No.
So then why would they buy from them? Why wouldn't they just get it from...
It's because you can use pesticide or you can use herbicides willy-nilly without having to worry about killing the plant.
So that's the real reason they buy them.
That's the real reason it's manufactured.
Okay.
Like that. But
So-
I mean, but I think there's more and more.
So that's
there's
the-
been,
that's
that
the
there's
pro
been
and the
more,
con.
There's been more. People learning more about it that they don't want to spray with these products, so they're going, I don't need your product. I don't need your genetically modified that it's Roundup ready. But it does not none of the genetic modification is to enhance flavor, to enhance.
Okay,
it doesn't.
so it's just to-
It's in order to get rid of disease issues, which helps to prevent the need for spraying for disease. It does when they do for some of them, and they make them what they call, everybody calls it Roundup Ready, glyphosate, resistant to the plant, to where they can spray an herbicide through there and it won't hurt the plant.
Okay, so
And the concern on that is, what is it doing to, say, bees and things like that come through and visit those areas?
Right.
Corn is pollinated by the wind, but that pollen can drift elsewhere and be picked up. But it's not the genetic modification that's harmful. It's the blanket spraying of the chemical that's much more harmful than,
So the author of the article probably is going to be with a publicist, or we're going to get that person as a guest.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Shiva. Okay. So I'm going to say to Dr. Shiva, how about we just tell those farmers, look, if you want the Monsanto product, then you're going to have to not worry about getting seeds because it's not going to work. But if you get the other one, then you have to worry about pulling weeds because the herbicides, right?
And
so
it depends on the crop. Some of it, the genetic modification is so that the plant is resistant to diseases that would wipe out a crop. That if a disease.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to think of what to say.
Spray.
I'm just trying to think of what to say in response to the claim. Either that, or you could be in the studio with us that day.
I would have to read the article and see what's going on that to know. And do a little more research, to ask an intelligent question on that, that it would be.
Yeah, but if there is, and I believe there must be, Caroline, and there must be seed out there that has not been altered at all.
There is.
But the problem the farmer faces is that he can't just spray herbicide on it.
And but like I said, there's more people.
The crop.
But there's more people that are coming to the realization they don't want their crops sprayed with this, or that these chemicals that they're spraying are becoming banned or restricted in other locations. So it may be that some of this genetic modification was a learning lesson that's. Not going to be, continued forward, unless it's just something to benefit the fact that, if we can keep, that there's been a crisis in a plant, say the citrus industry, and yes, citrus is one that they will probably be going to a genetically modified citrus trees in order to eliminate citrus greening. In order to save a complete industry, you're changing which the fruit is. It's not that it's going to be harmful. It's not going to mean that you can spray stuff all over it. It means that when that insect feeds upon it, it won't get the virus. So it's turning off the gene that allows the virus to come into the plant, damaging the not just the plant but the fruit, making it inedible, and in the long run killing the trees. But or turning on a gene that helps to protect them from it. It's not that it's doing something that now I can take and I can spray this stuff all over it. No, that's not what it's that's on that one. That's what they're trying to do, is make it to where it is not susceptible to that disease.
I'll ask you what day he can be here. We'll invite him on that same day.
There you go.
It's like when we have a sports guy, we have to get the sports people to help us out with it.
Right.
All right, we got a few minutes left. If you want to call in, Caroline is here to talk to you. The number is 622-9622, and you can do as some folks have done this morning. Kathy has done. Post some photos, which is kind of cool.
It always is. Yeah.
She's a good photographer, by the way.
She is, and best of my knowledge, she does that all with her phone.
No.
Yeah.
Is that right? I can't do that with my phone.
Today's phone cameras are spectacular.
Do you know who else is a
They
good photographer with kind of this stuff?
Right.
Is Karen at Bob Wines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Well, doesn't she do all the camellia photos?
I
They
probably.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, and that's on their Facebook page or their website. They put all the pictures of the camellias.
Facebook.
Facebook. So if you want to see, I mean, there's so many different camellia flower shapes and the colors ranging from your white to your reds, all kinds in between, and different bloom time. So if you happen to be a winter resident, here in Central Florida, you can find ones that'll say be blooming from October to November, and then others November to December. Your December, January, February. So you've got some shrubbery that'll bloom so frequently. Just throughout that whole season.
I'm showing you pictures from the Bob
some
Wines
of the
Facebook
poinsettias,
page.
Yeah.
This is 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful white poinsettia there and a red one.
Let me scroll through them. Oh, there's more poinsettias.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
What is that? Is it a white rose or is it a white camellia? She says they're not labeled.
They're not. Oh.
No.
I can't. It's hard to see
I'm sorry.
bit, yeah.
Is that better?
I'm thinking it might be a camellia.
Okay. Plants make people happy, it says.
Yeah.
What is that? I see that all the time in Florida, whatever that is. That green and white.
It actually looks, oh, shoot.
It's very like a thick leaf, I remember.
Well,
is that it?
That's a begonia.
Okay, maybe that's the same thing I'm looking at.
That's
too.
a different, that one's begonia. And African violet.
Okay. What is that?
Oh, I can't pronounce his name.
Green with a lot of very
the veins
veiny.
are very prominent. Oh, that's a pretty poinsettia.
So go to Bob Wines and see some of those things.
Oh yeah, and just general care on these plants and your poinsettias. Enjoy them here for the holidays. Keep them in the house if you're gonna plant them outside. Wait until spring. Wait till danger of frost is over. And then put them in an area that's kind of protected, away from something that in the winter months will be having your like your street lamp or your any out so that your plants will color up for you the next year. You can prune them throughout the growing season. Usually let it if you want them to be real tall and thin, you can do that. I in my neighborhood, I need to go by and see because I don't come in that one way too often. There's one that's probably about 8 or 10 feet high, but very thin, very sparse. But they get right on the top all its colorization on there. So I need to go by and see if theirs is starting to color up. I've got at least one that's coloring. I may need to get mine further around the porch and so it doesn't get any.
So there's a trick to doing that, huh?
Yeah, you need it. That needs to be. It needs to be dark out where they're at in the fall and into the early winter. Because it's the leaf. The flower is the little yellow things in the middle, and they'll flower even I think without any worrying about the color, the day length. It's the colorization of the leaf. All that is a leaf that turns red. So that's what we're looking for.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
And why is the red? Is it so when it's red, does the chlorophyll process, the photosynthesis process not work when it's red?
Possibly. But that's why not the whole plant turns red. It's usually just those outer,
just some of
those
them.
top leaves.
Yeah.
And there's white ones. And these are hybrids. The whites, the pinks. There's some that they call rose. They're like where their leaves are real crinkly and they look a little more rose-like or rosette-like. Now, when you find purple ones, those are painted or they sprayed them.
Oh, really?
With a plant-safe spray. The sparkles, the glitter on them is pretty. Again, that's not natural. It's one of those kind of things they've added.
Yeah.
So.
I almost didn't want to get one. I didn't get one. But I almost didn't want to, even though I didn't, because I thought they were fake. The whole thing was fake.
Oh, no, they're real.
So the whole thing is real.
Yep.
Well, you have to work today.
I sure do.
So thank you for doing this, Caroline.
My pleasure.
For those who don't know, Caroline volunteers to do this, so it's always appreciated.
And we'll be here on Thanksgiving week, and we'll probably talk about Thanksgiving food. Who knows? Some plants. Yeah.
That's right.
Next week's. Yeah,
wow.
Next week's. Yep.
Wow.
Thanksgiving
Okay.
week.
I can smell the turkey already.
Oh yeah, I can taste it. Everybody have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Caroline. You too. Okay. All right. We'll take a little break right now. If you want to get your name in the blue box to win the $1,500 carpet from Cyrus Rug Gallery, Joe has it hanging here in the studio if you want to see it. you want to just get your name in the box right now, call 732-8000. Let it either be answered, Robin or Joe, somebody will answer it, Tish, or you can leave your name on the voicemail. 732-8000. We'll be right back. Thank you, Carolyn. This is WOCA Ocala.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. It's another full day of testimony in the impeachment inquiry. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff says in his opening statement,
to press a foreign leader to announce an investigation into his political rival, President Trump put his own personal and political interests above those of the nation.
The top Republican on the committee, Devin Nunes, says about last week's testimony.
You may have noticed a disconnect between what you actually saw and the mainstream media accounts describing it. When you saw three diplomats who dislike President Trump's Ukraine policy discussing second-hand and third-hand conversations about their objections with the Trump policy.
This morning's witnesses are Jennifer Williams, she's an aide to Vice President Pence, and Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. He's a member of the National Security Council. This afternoon, we'll hear from former Ukraine Special Envoy Kurt Volker and former National Security Council member Tim Morris.